10 countries that were ruined by their poor policy. 10. Iraq. Iraq, once a symbol of Mesopotamian civilization, is today known as a country embroiled in a war and internal armed conflict. There was a time when the city of Iraq used to be extremely prosperous, as it was from here that trade and cultures began to expand around the world. But in the 13th century, the Mongols attacked it and destroyed it, in which thousands of people were killed. After this, at the beginning of the 15th century, many people were killed by the attack of Timur-Lang. Then from 1916 to 1917, Britain occupied Iraq. After this, Iraq was completely shattered by the occupation of America and then ISIS. Iraq is also called the ruins of the empire because many empires were born here and flourished and were later ruined. 9. Venezuela. Until a few years ago, Venezuela, located in the north of the continent of South America, was known as a crude exporting country. But the people of this country are craving for food because the government, army, and powerful people have together made more than half of the world's countries their enemies. This is the reason that despite being endowed with natural resources, today most of the people of this country are starving. This country also has the largest natural gas reserves in the whole world. But still, today, due to its poor policy, it is included in the list of ruined countries. 8. Japan. Japan in the continent of Asia is the only country in the world that was subjected to a nuclear attack that was carried out by the US on its two major cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. During World War II, which shows Japan's poor war policy, Japan used to be a superpower at that time, but was badly devastated after this nuclear attack. But due to its efforts today, it has emerged as a great power in the world. 7. Palestine. For nearly 73 years, Palestine has been in dispute with Israel over its border. Although there were many agreements between the two countries to establish peace and end the differences, the conflict was never resolved, and due to this, the unemployment rate has reached above 40%. It is believed that due to its poor policy, Palestine will be completely ruined in the coming times. 6. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has been battling an economic crisis for the past decade. The unemployment rate in the country reached 90%, which means there is no job in this country. The poor economic policy of Zimbabwe is said to be the main reason for its ruin. 5. Afghanistan. The war in Afghanistan has been going on continuously for the last 48 years. Afghanistan once had a proud history, but today there's only death, starvation, poverty, and illiteracy everywhere. The two superpowers, Russia and America, also used it for their political purpose and later devastated it. The government there also could never understand this, which led Afghanistan today to the verge of complete ruin due to its poor policies. 4. Yemen. Civil war has completely ruined this country. The crisis in Yemen started almost 3 decades ago. The cause of this war is attributed to the Houthi movement, which originated in the 1980s. According to an estimate, since March 2015, about 8,600 people have lost their lives, and about 49,000 people have been injured due to this civil war. As a result, now Yemen is suffering from disease, malnutrition, and health. Due to the civil war, relief materials are also not reaching these areas properly. 3. Syria. The peaceful uprising that started in Syria against President Bashar al-Assad gradually turned into a complete civil war, in which the whole country was destroyed. The war forced half of the Syrian population to leave the country in 2011, and 60% of the people in Syria lived in terrible poverty. According to the World Bank, the total population of Syria in 2016 was 184 million, which is continuously decreasing over the years. 2. Ukraine. Because Russia invaded Ukraine today, the lives of millions of Ukrainian people have been ruined. Because of this, people are desperately living in the country. Due to this war, the economy of Ukraine has been badly affected. The country, which was once a prosperous country, has now come to the list of ruined countries. Only time will tell what will happen to Ukraine because of this war. 1. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, which has already been broken by the epidemic, now has all the records of inflation and the government treasury, and the foreign exchange reserves in Sri Lanka are depleting rapidly. Because of this, hunger, inflation, black marketing, and shortage of commodities have now pushed Sri Lanka to the brink of bankruptcy. Thus, Sri Lanka, which was once a happy country, has joined the list of ruined countries. That's all for the video today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Do leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thank you.